Having a home, it centers you. It brings you back to a location at the end of the day. During the course of the day, when you're not in your house, you think about going back to your house. Your house is an anchor. It's a center to your balance. So the psychology of not having a house and being a nomad can throw you off balance. And this is what causes this lifestyle, the nomadic lifestyle, to be unsustainable for long periods of time. The average person who will hit the road full time will probably only last between 1 year to 5 years. Certainly there's people who do more. Certainly there are some who are destitute and they're living this lifestyle for a different reason. But the average willing nomad, I would say, is a 1 to 5 year range. Because, human psychology is they want this balance. They want this place of safety, and it has a tangible value. If you get hurt or sick or injured, having a house and not having to scramble for a campground or RV park or a hotel, that can provide value. If you're raising a family, or if you do like to spend some time with your family, you may want a fixed location around your family. If you have traveled around long enough and you don't like to keep traveling, again, if you're going to stay in one area for a long period of time, and if you're spending money on campground fees or whatever type fees, then you may say, look, I might as well just bite the bullet. So, the psychology of not having a home is a life that you have to be very self-disciplined. You have to structure your daily routine even more intensely than if you had a home. Because when you have a home, you kind of fall into a routine because there's certain shops that you go to every day. There's a certain rhythm that you pick up because you have this starting and ending point, which is your house. When you're a nomad, depending on where you're at, what campground, where you're self-parking, that there's a lot of variables because you're moving around a lot, so your daily routine can fluctuate. So you have to be even more disciplined to ensure you are structuring your day and accomplishing certain things. So, again, for many people, this is overwhelming for a long period of time. And it's understandable. I'm in my 5th year. I'll be going on my 6th year if I stay on the road full time. And that's why at this course, I've been debating home base, trying to find the right one that is below my means in an area I want to be, but still gives me enough flexibility to live a simple, minimalistic life that I can travel or pick up at will. There is nothing perfect, okay? But these are things I have learned through my actual experience of being a homeowner and of being a full-time nomad. And I can tell you that I would not say most people would do good without a home. And I think that's the reason most people either own a home or rent a home. Because again, this isn't really about necessarily home ownership. Because even if you're renting a place, it's the same thing as having you have a fixed location. When we're talking about the psychology of not having a home base, we're just talking about having somewhere that you're going to start and end your day every day for the foreseeable future. And there's a lot to be said for that. I think the average human needs that. I think that's why 99% of society have some type of home base, whether they rent or own, and only 1% of society is a nomad, a full-time nomad. And out of that 1%, I think, again, 50% have drug, mental problems, etc. And then there's another percentage that are either full-time RVing for the 1 to 5 years or whatever it may be. There's not many people full-time long-terming this. Even people who do van life and all that and RV life, if you look deep enough into their life, they either have a home base or they hedge their bets. I mean, they're not really on the road full-time. So, to each their own. It's I'm not judging. I'm just saying the psychology of not having a home is not good for most people based on these facts, not opinions. Based on the fact that most people, they could sell their house or not do their lease and living in their vehicle. And some people try it, but most people don't stay doing it. Why? The psychology of not having a home wears people out. But that being said, this is what I want to share with you, very important. I think that some people, if they do it responsibly, should get out of their home, should spend a season of their life with little to no things and maybe even not a home base. And then if they ever do get a place again, whether rent or buy, it should be very small with the experience of having a home already and realizing most of it they don't use. Most of the time of the day they're not in their house. And so if you can measure and re-engineer your life, I think there may be a great season of your life not to have a home. Because the psychology of once you go without having, you learn that most stuff you don't need. And that's how you can change the average psychology to above average psychology, and you can live an above average life. That's how you live your best life. But you got to go through some pain of downsizing. You got to go through some pain of keeping a job or maintaining your financial well-being. You got to go through some pain of resisting to buy right away after you sell, so that you can really spend a season of your life without things to understand you and to build and discipline your daily routine. I nailed this video by the grace of God through hard work and showing up. You want to support this channel, click that blue join button. You want to do nothing but free stuff, click the thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Check out my playlist. Thousands of free videos. And I want to tell you right now, guys and girls, show up, smile. Yeah, you motherfucking haters. You love it when I smile, because you trolling the shit out of me, and you know your trolling days are done. Yeah, I made that. Yeah, all right, I'm going to keep showing up. And by the grace of God, I'm going to take life one day at a time. Thank you very much for all the positive people. I appreciate you.